Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 2. Okay, preparing the landing platform, stabilizing gravimetric warp drive, preparing the dimensional stabilizers of the chicken funk chunk fickin' chicken. I have literally no idea what the fuck I'm saying. Ship getting ready sequence. Oh! Salute. Salute. Then a picture of Sora, I think. No, wait, the door opening scene. Really, why do you need that many doors? It seems kind of unnecessary. You only need, like, 2 or 3 airlocks tops. One to pressurize and another to ensure the flow of oxygen or some shit. I don't know. I'm not a fucking engineer. I don't know how half this shit works, let alone in the Kingdom Hearts universe, where I'm sure the barriers of space have a different sort of dimensional property to the barriers between worlds, which are made of gummy blocks. Now, this gummy ship segment, well, on top of being quite exciting, is pretty much somebody on the Kingdom Hearts development circuit taking one look at Sonic Heroes and going, hey, you know the scene where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles were being chased by the boulder, wheel thing? Let's do that, except good. Oh, yes, I went there. Sonic Heroes is a bad game, and you suck for liking it. But yeah... I'm trying to think, actually. Was the Road to Eldorado, was that DreamWorks, or was, I don't know. Disney will probably own it eventually anyway. They always do. And, it's kind of weird, actually. Like, a lot of these buildings seem more Aztec rather than, you know, Arabian. So, was Treasure Planet meant to be a world at Kingdom Hearts at some point? Well, I know that, it was rumored to in some stages and did get a small cameo in Kingdom Hearts 3, but, yeah, sadly no. It was not meant to be. Though again, I will say that I do actually quite like this gummy ship segment, if only for the music and the energy. Like, again, not to bring the topic back to Sonic again, but again, this theme specifically just has a lot of energy to it and feels like... I don't know. Like, I mean, it's easy to see why a lot of people consider this to be peak gummy ship action, but, yeah. Oh boy, look at all that energy going on. So, like, I have to wonder also, like, are there small civilizations living out here? I mean, I don't suppose they're worlds of their own, but, they're creatures living here? Like, I mean, this is a very lengthy road, so either this split apart from a world that fell to darkness, or, something was building, facilities that live out here. I mean, all those warp gates would have had to have come from somewhere, so, I'm quite curious. Or maybe I'm just overthinking things too hard and it's just a facet of gameplay and I should stop thinking because thinking hurts the brain, and, books are full of thinking and thinking is evil. Think. Oh dear god, bullet hell, take damage, forever, and whatever. I mean, on reflection, if you want to have a more breezy time, I wouldn't recommend going at it with a base ship model like I am, because I'm a stickler for context and continuity, but, if you're skilled enough, you can take this thing out, even if the, missile rate of fire and, the weapon capabilities are a little bit more pish on my model.
We did it! Whoa-ho! More gummy ship missions that we won't do!
Bum-dum, ba-na-nan-nan. And I mean, you continue to scale and upgrade, you know, for gummy ship materials anyway, as well as, the blueprints, so again, you don't have to finagle around with the gummy ship menu or anything, so you're pretty much all set. Unless the customization thing is something you're into, in which case, have at it. But now we return to the desert, and I come fly right to you. I sit in the desert on my magic carpet, and I'm going to fuck you. Come into my tent and I will circumcise you. Actually, I think I made that joke in the Kingdom Hearts 1, actually. Oh, look, it's Iago. I'm sad now. So is Iago.
We made it!
Gorge, I wonder how Aladdin and Jasmine are doing.
Hey, maybe Riku's with them.
Yeah, I am the king.
Keep dreaming, you two.
Come on, Donald, you were thinking the same thing.
No, I wasn't.
Uh-oh, it's Iago!
Wait, you got me all wrong!
You're Iago, all right.
No, I mean, it's not the old me. I turned over a new feather. I'm legit. No more scams. Promise.
That's your new scam.
You gotta believe me.
Slower, let's go.
I was stuck inside that lamp with Jafar, remember? When I finally escaped, then some things happened and...
So, free as a bird, huh?
Have fun.
Gosh, fellers, he looks pretty sad.
I want to apologize to Aladdin and Jasmine. Could you guys maybe put in a good word for me?
Sure, we can do that, can't we?
Watch out!
So, yeah. I mean, I know we have an intense battle going on, but yes, this is, quite obviously been recorded long after Gilbert Gottfried had passed away. One of the more unexpected, deaths, I must add. Like, I didn't expect Gilbert Gottfried to leave us so soon. Yeah. Also, that's not his actual voice. I think I'm as surprised as everybody else is, but, yeah, the man had a very long comedy career, and, yeah, sucks that he's gone. And, I suppose talking even more about unexpected deaths, actually, one that I was actually, surprised to learn just recently, actually, was, Kazuki Takahashi, more famously known as the guy who created Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, he also passed away rather recently too, was found dead on the coast of Okinawa. I don't know if they've released the cause of death yet, but, yeah, that's another person I didn't expect to die so soon. God, everybody's just, dropping like flies. Who's next? Well, all these heartless. So, let's get back on topic on a slightly less depressing note. Yeah, we still have, more heartless to face, different designs than what we saw previously, and, these actually are some pretty cool designs. I don't know, like, I seem to balance, like, a lot more of the anime-esque sort of influence, but also maintain that sort of styling within, the Aladdin world that just seems pretty sick. But again, as you can tell here, this is pretty much a survival thing until a cutscene happens, and then we can finally move on with the plot. I will say, though, when we go into Agrabah this time around, it is a bit more cutscene heavy as opposed to anything else, but that's mainly, I think, due to the film that it's adapting, but I don't know.
Where are they all coming from?
Ah! 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 Hello! Woo! Woo! Ah!
This way!
Squawk. Anyway, this is the peddler's shop, who isn't at home right now, and has only a sheet to guard his wares. Not that he really has anything worth selling. I mean, he has a long-drop toilet. In the days before plumbing and central heating was a thing, rain could easily get into his house. This man lives in squalor. But then again, well, these were olden times. Quite frankly, you were lucky enough if you got to eat today. But to talk about the plot good and proper, basically, Iago was turned over a new leaf. Allegedly. Personally, I think it's, mainly because he wants to live the high life by sucking up to Aladdin and Jasmine and, basically living on eggshells for the rest of his life. Eating the good seed, fighting the good fight, and, getting those lovebirds. Oh, he never gets any sleep these days. And, that's pretty much it. So in terms of what we're adapting here is actually, probably the first and only example of a direct-to-DVD Disney sequel getting any representation in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. The adapting Return of Jafar, spoiler alert, Jafar returns. Well, as Iago kind of implied in his cutscene anyway, but yeah. And that does honestly strike me as odd. Like, I mean, stuff, like, you know, TV shows like, you know, Gargoyles or American Dragon Shaglong or whatever, you know, doesn't get any representation in Kingdom Hearts, or Gargoyles even, doesn't get any stuff in Kingdom Hearts whatsoever. A direct-to-DVD sequel that gets as ridiculous as fucking Aladdin 4 Jafar Needs Glasses, or perfectly adaptable material for Kingdom Hearts. Come right in, rather than anything else that people would have wanted to see. And I mean, generally speaking, like, I mean, I don't think in terms of, like, you know, at least in terms of, like, meaningful experiences, you don't really get to see much of, like, an impact left on Sora in the same way that, you know, what the first Aladdin movie was, or anything. So again, it, just strikes me as a bit of an odd thing. I mean, the Aladdin world itself, and, you know, the characters and, you know, the interactions, again, they are palpable enough so that it doesn't entirely seem like a pointless addition to Kingdom Hearts 2, but at the same time, though, it, I don't know, it doesn't have quite the same, zest as you know, the original film did. And so too as the original Kingdom Hearts adaptation, so... I don't know. I mean, you do have a much larger area that does better capture the bustling streets of Agrabah, but I mean, even unlike Kingdom Hearts 1, where at least for one, a bit at the end of the world where you could at least see a few people knocking about, and something that this game actually does make a big deal out of, where Aladdin actually comes to Agrabah 4, he comes for the noise, the bustling city streets, the people! And as you can see here, none of those things are around. Which, again, is incredibly odd, and something that Keegan Stormblade actually pointed out in the comments a few parts ago. Literally nobody else is here. Which, again, also strikes me as weird, because, like, I mean, in a bloody, you know, the Land of Dragons, you know, you saw people lining up in the Emperor's Courtyard, even if they were just reused soldier models, yet they couldn't be asked to even recycle, like, fake Titus and Walker for, like, people living in Agrabah. I have no idea why. Whatever. Anyway, best you explore around town, get treasure chests now while you can, because before too long, the Hardle is gonna show up. And whenever the Hardle shows up, that's when you're gonna get attacked. Which I think will be either right here or no. Oh, so we're pretty much safe at this point. But shortly thereafter, there will be a lot of Heartless coming around and providing another decent grinding spot for you. Or at the very least, if you're going after some of the large bodies, or flaming bandits. I think we'll just call the fat bandits. Whatever, they're the fucking bandits! Anyway, I'm just sort of fucking about here. You can't really go anywhere rather than this little bizarre plaza thing. So, let's go off and meet Princess Jasmine with her weird voice acting.
Jasmine!
Sora, Donald, Goofy!
Your Majesty.
I never had the chance to thank you for before. You helped Aladdin defeat that awful Jafar and save Agrabah.
All in a day's work. But, it looks like the Heartless are up to no good again. Is there any way we can help you out?
I think we're all right for now.
And you always got Aladdin.
He hasn't been himself lately.
Huh? Is it because of the Heartless?
I'm not sure. Usually, he's the same cheerful Aladdin. But sometimes, he just seems sad. He leaves the palace and goes off by himself all the time. I've asked him about it, but he says nothing's wrong. He's gone again today. What if he doesn't come back this time?
Hey, maybe he's got a secret girlfriend. I know. I'll go find out who she is.
Iago! Quick, Sora! Catch him! And I'll warn the guards and everyone in the palace.
That's the thing. Iago's not... Nice move.
Maybe it's something you said. Gee, maybe we should go talk to Aladdin. He's gotta be somewhere in town, right?
Good idea. I wonder what he's been doing.
Stop, thief! Hi, Sora. Come back here! If you can't control that furball, put a leash on him. Look, I'm sorry. You should be ashamed of yourself, Abu. No hard feelings? Abu? Hey guys, sorry about earlier. I was kinda in a hurry.
What happened?
You know Abu, he couldn't keep his paws off that lamp. No talking your way out of this one.
Ha ha ha, we are friends. Ha ha ha, we are friends. Anyways, yeah, this is also pretty much around about the point where Aladdin is, lonely. So, yeah, there's again, I've never seen Return of the Jafar. I still haven't even seen the original Aladdin movie, so again, I have absolutely fuck all connection to the things that are going on, and even in that case, I can't imagine that what goes on, even in that movie, is really all that flash. I mean, again, I can't even judge its quality as a movie, so this just has nothing on me. Maybe people who have seen the direct-to-DVD sequel, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but was that meant to be like a pilot episode for the TV series? Because, again, like, back in the day, Disney, often whenever they had, like, a, you know, massive movie out, they usually had, like, an animated TV series followed up. Like, I mean, they did so with, Hercules, even The Little Mermaid and stuff like that. So, I really don't know what to think. Maybe it was just, like, an extended pilot episode. Yeah, basically, in order to apologize to that peddler guy who looks like the seediest shop owner I've ever seen, yeah, we pretty much gotta do some stuff. And apparently the lamp of the genie has been stolen. And the peddler will only part for it with Egyptian gold, no, not Egyptian gold, for the Cave of Wonders treasure. So, basically we gotta do some treasure hunting. I know I'm kind of spoiling things ahead of time, but there's really fuck all to talk about. Which is odd, because I would have thought this world would have given me a fuckload more to talk about, but, evidently not. Then again, that may just be because I'm jumping the gun a little bit here, so it's time to work my own ingenuity. Well, there are a few things I can actually talk about right off the bat. First of all, Aladdin is much more useful here than he was in the first game, and his limit break is actually one of my absolute favourites. Like, again, it is incredibly cool to pull off, it looks stylish as hell, and yeah, Aladdin has a permanent spot in the party. They're rather heartless, and oh yeah, here we go. That's the broski. Yeah, he has that homing attack move, and it is... oh my god. And the finisher as well. Oh my god, that is just sick. I'm pretty sure that was probably used in the gameplay trailer for Kingdom Hearts 2 at some point. And if not, then it should have been, because that is just... that is just delicious, man. So, yeah, keep many ethers on standby, because holy shit, that is gonna be tasty. But at this point, just go back to the peddler shop and get the cutscene to make things do whatever. And again, I suppose if nothing else, like in terms of actual narrative, I suppose it does sort of act as the Iago redemption story arc. I mean, he doesn't do much, but I mean, he at least stays true to wanting to go straight. Well, that's fine, I guess. I need some trivia. Any trivia. No, I don't want to run that out just yet. Well, here's one. It's kind of spoiling things a little bit here, but, yeah, the Behemoth enemy was meant to appear in Hollow Bastion for a certain event that will be coming much later in the game. But, due to PS2 limitations, simply couldn't handle it. So, yeah, that sucks. I was going to be saving it for when it was appropriate, but you forced my hand. And, sadly, that's all I got. Oh, look at Aladdin, isn't he a nice guy, not willing to take the financial treasury of kings, thieves, and plunderers? Truly, he hath a heart of gold. So, yeah, more fighting, more commuting. Now I'm gonna pad out the time until, how many minutes we got left? Yeah, 4 minutes, I'm sure I can pad out the time some fashion or another. Can't think of anything topical, worldly events or otherwise. Well, suppose I might as well talk about some games I've been playing recently. I've actually been recently playing a survival horror game called Tormented Souls, which you might be seeing something of, quite soon. But on a serious note though, it's pretty much a survival horror game in the same style as like, you know, Resident Evil mixed with a pinch of Silent Hill, and I've been really enjoying it. Like, I've been playing through it a lot more whenever I've had a tired day off work, and yeah, it's actually a really fun game. I mean, it's a lot shorter compared to the usual AAA game. I mean, it is an indie title, but yeah, it's actually relatively well put together. There is a bit of jank here and there, and I'm not even talking about gameplay, I'm talking about in terms of the technical aspects. But I mean, on the whole, it's actually really fun. If you're into classic Resident Evil style survival horror, I highly recommend it. It is actually a very well designed game. And that's pretty much Skully's pick of the day. And actually quite appropriate as well, because it's, you know, very cold, and fits the nightly atmosphere. And also the scares as well are actually quite palpable. It's certainly done a lot better than a couple of other survival horror games I've played in the past couple of years. Now, if only we had them here to torment the soul of this fat bandit, whose front will defend it, its fire attack will continue to chain damage you, and just ain't very fun. Come on, stop plundering treasure, stop interrupting my combos so I can get the treasure and move on. And end the part already so I can go smoke a jubie, do the PCP, buy some food. Oh, I mean, actually, it is getting really close to dinner time, so I need to prepare something for my delicious meal. Or at the very least, have a beer. And chill. Well, look, we got the Power Stone for the Dreamcast, PS3, and Wii. Actually, I'm pretty sure I only have Power Stone 2 for the Dreamcast. I think the first one might have been PS1 Sega Saturn, but I can't quite remember. Most of my Power Stone experience, I think, really comes from the second one. Which I do believe does actually have a few Arabian-themed characters, so, yes, it all fits. Bribe, and now we have item management. The game. So enjoy ruffling around with menus and experimenting with what makes you a bit more powerful. Obviously, I don't really need to explain that some abilities will decrease your magic abilities, some will decrease your strength, others will increase those abilities, and ultimately you're just looking for the best shit and just upgrading based upon your build. So, yeah. Choose wisely. Or rather, choose appropriate to your build. I mean, I will say Kingdom Hearts compared to some other games, I'd say at least a lot more like traditional RPG kind of games at least simplifies a lot of this stuff so you know what goes where and what does what. Because, I mean, I remember a lot of my earlier playthroughs back in 2003 of Knights of the Old Republic where I was fucking racking my brains over how exactly intelligence, charisma, and, you know, dexterity influence what skills, or how exactly what one skill goes into two-handed weapon fighting versus those with more weapon proficiency. I don't know, like, I mean, I dove into that world at a very young age, and it took a little while for my young mind to really soak in all these concepts that were a bit much for my child brain, but that's enough for now. So on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time, we enter the Cave of Wonders.